Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Chloe. So today I kind of just wanted to film for you guys my everyday makeup look because typically what I'm wearing or doing in my videos is not necessarily my everyday makeup. I definitely do a little bit more extravagant makeup for my videos. I used to do extravagant makeup every day, honestly. My makeup look would never used to be consistent. I really didn't think I would ever make one of these because I just wear something different every single day. But I've been so busy recently that I have hyperfixated on a very simple makeup look that I feel confident and comfortable in. Isn't a ton of crazy makeup. You guys know the more natural, the better for me. So this is kind of what I've ended up with. I say natural, but like, is this natural? Absolutely not. Kind of. The wings is the only thing that doesn't make it natural, but I don't live my life without winged eyeliner. If you are interested in seeing what products I use and how I achieve this look, make sure to keep watching. So I try my very best to start with clean skin. I'm really bad at washing my face, especially in the morning. I'm just really bad at skincare, you guys. I use micellar water. That's like kind of cleaning your face, right? Let the skincare community come after me. I know it's terrible. I'm the worst. Try my very best to clean my skin. Sunscreen I do use every day of my life, and that I already have on. Also won't really typically wear pimple patches during the day, but I've had this really bad breakout. That's kind of where I start. You guys know me, you know that I typically always start with my concealer. Going in with my Born This Way concealer, shade Very Fair. No, I also wear the same makeup all the time. I have been using this concealer for a minute now, especially in my videos. I'm gonna go in with my Wet Beauty blender. I've just found this concealer to actually work really, really well for me. I also wanna make sure I use the same things all the time because, well, one, it's not realistic. Two, when something works for me, I just use it all the time. And this concealer has just seemed to work way better than my other concealers for under my eyes. I'm actually going to go in with my L'Oreal Infallible concealer in the shade Vanilla 355 and pop this guy on that bad spot there. Got in there, I can feel it. It kind of burns a little. That one just did a little bit better of a job of covering. I don't know why, but I feel like moving to brows. I am gonna go in with my NYX Thick It Stick It brow mascara. I've really been liking using this one because of the color. It does leave them a little too pigmented in the front for my liking, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Try to use a light hand when applying it, but the color is it's just good. And this formula has phenomenal hold. I've been using this over my NYX Thick It Stick It. This is the Thick It Stick It. I've been using this over my NYX The Brow Glue. And then when that happens, it gets a little smudge of color. I will just let it dry a little bit and I'll go and clean it up in a second. I just like the really fluffy, soft brow look. This is in the shade Auburn. I'm gonna go in with my Milani eyeshadow primer. I've learned my lesson the hard way. You have to squeeze this bottle so gently because so much product comes out of this stuff. You're supposed to wait 30 seconds for that guy to dry down. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go in with my NYX highlighter stick. This is in the shade Chardonnay Shimmer. And I like to just give it a good line there, a good hefty highlight. I will go in with the other end of my Wet Beauty blender. I really like using a Wet Beauty blender for this because I feel like it just really helps the highlight melt into the skin. Okay, jumping back to the eyeshadow. I honestly bet half of you could guess what I'm about to pull out here. Going in with my NARS Casino bronzer is my absolute favorite transition shade. It has been my favorite transition shade since I've had this bronzer. I know you guys see me use this stuff all the time because I just think the color is so perfect. Now, my eyeshadow is typically what always changes. Well, eyes in general, right? I always go through phases. I realize my ADHD tendency is to hyper fixate on my makeup. So once I start doing a makeup look that I'm really enjoying, it's really hard for me to try and do anything else because typically it's all I want to do. And recently, it's been really simple, and I've not been spending nearly as much time on my makeup as I used to. So this is essentially my current hyperfixation. Just building the color up in the crease, specifically more my outer crease than inner crease. I kind of like to wing it out a little bit. I will just lightly take this over the entirety of my lid, but focus mainly on my crease. Sometimes that switches up for me as well. Sometimes I only do my crease. Sometimes I do my whole lid. It really just depends. I typically like to give my lashes a little bit of a curl before I do eyeliner. For eyeliner, I have been using my Wet n Wild Mega Liner. I have been using the brown one because I just like how it's a little bit of a softer look. It's not as harsh as the black. And I really love Wet n Wild, this eyeliner, because the brush is just perfect. It comes to the perfect tiniest little point. You can get a super sharp wing. I am actually running out of this one a little bit. I need a new one. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, they're a little curvy for my liking today. They like curve a little too much, but it was my bad in the way that I applied it. So I am gonna go in with my e.l.f. shadow stick in the shade Champagne Crystal. I really love taking these guys for my inner corner. I love to do this, especially when I'm not wearing much eyeshadow. I really like to brighten up that inner corner. Start with it on the inner corner and I drag it up to like literally the sides of my nose. And that really just gives the look a little pop without actually having like shimmer eyeshadow on. Might as well just run this guy down my nose a little bit for that bridge highlight. Now that the eyeliner has dried for a second, I'm gonna go in and do another round of curling. I'm gonna take my Maybelline Colossal mascara. This is the waterproof one. This has been working really, really well to hold my lashes in a curl all day. I've realized though, when I wear a mask for many hours in a day, it kind of heats up the mascara and it gets under my eyes quickly and that makes my lashes fall. But if I'm not wearing a mask for many hours a day, my lashes stay up all day. Lost a couple lashes this weekend from my falsies. From here, I'm going back in with my NARS. I'm honestly just gonna take the leftovers from my eyeshadow brush and go along my nose a little bit. Know that I absolutely do not need to contour my nose. I just kind of like the way it looks. It helps warm up the center of my face a little bit more. Then I'm just gonna take a little bit on this like contour bronzer brush and go like basically by my highlight. I can't say I bronze every single day of my life, but I probably do this often enough. I can count it as my everyday. I am gonna take my Milk Cream blush in the shade Perk and put that right on top of my highlight and bronzer. Honestly, don't even need blush because of the bronzer really, but of course, you know my stipple brush. I love this brush. When it fully breaks on me, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I still haven't found these in stores. It's a Real Techniques. Real Techniques doesn't make the stipple brushes like this anymore. They're a little different. They're not all the same like length anymore. They have like a little spot in the center now that's like, I don't know, more shallow or something. I don't really know what that does, to be honest. Maybe I should figure it out. So I don't always necessarily do this either, but I do kind of just want to warm up my blush a little bit more. So I'm gonna take my BH Cosmetics Neutral Palette with this peachy blush shade here. Still taking it on my stipple brush and just lightly going right over top of my blush. I just want a peachier effect for today. This BH Cosmetics Peach is like my favorite blush. My favorite peach blush. Redo my highlighter just a tiny bit, just dabbling it this time. Lightly blend that together. Wanted to make sure I didn't get rid of all my highlight. Going in with one last layer of mascara. Go over the tips with this second layer. I'm taking my favorite Ulta lip liner. I believe this is the shade Flesh. Yes, Flesh. This lip liner is my favorite because it is the shade of my lips, just like, you know, like it oomps them a little bit. I typically only line my lips with this, but I'm gonna fill them in a little bit more today. I'm finishing this lip liner off. Thank God I just bought a new one. I had like an inkling feeling that I needed a new one. I literally love this stuff. I use it all the time. And I honestly like to take a chapstick. I really like these guys actually. This comes from the CoverGirl like Stay All Day. What are they called? This little chapstick moisturizer thingy comes with this, which is the CoverGirl Stay All Day something or other. These guys do not budge. They are so good. But the chapstick that comes with them is so moisturizing. I don't know what this is made with. I don't know if you can buy this alone, but I bought so many of these that I have so many of these and I love it because it's so shiny. Probably like straight up coconut oil or something. And that's really it. Here we are, look complete. I do feel a little sad that I didn't do like an extravagant makeup look because the days that I film are pretty much the only days I do an extravagant makeup look. And obviously doing my makeup is my favorite thing on earth. So this is pretty much what I wear all week. This is what I go to work with. Obviously things are tweaked here and there. I might use different products on certain days and whatnot. For the most part, this is it though. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already and leave me a like because it really helps me out. I will see you guys in the next one.